evening, viewers, and a warm welcome to the news at 10, read to you by Zoto Adlamini alongside Nomakabiso Ongambule. First, let's take a look at stories making headlines tonight. The Deputy Prime Minister has pledged support to farmers under Ngwene Limited to fix their irrigation system so that they could resume normal farming. The Minister of Education and Training says that there is no place for abusers in schools, especially if they are teachers. A public transport driver has been banned from driving. The news in detail. The Deputy Prime Minister, Senator Thulisile Dladla, has pledged support to farmers under Ngwene Limited to fix their irrigation system so that they could resume normal farming. The Deputy Prime Minister made the pledge when inspecting the farmers' project, which was brought to a halt when the rain swept and mud debris into the irrigation system, rendering it defunct.
Speaking on behalf of the 51-member association, Bawinile Dladla expressed their gratefulness to government for the forthcoming assistance and further explained that the irrigation system was installed in 1994. In the past, they had been able to dig out mud and debris to clear the system, but this time around, they failed as the negative effect of the rain was excessive. The Ngwene Nkundla Member of Parliament, who doubles as the Minister of Nkundla Administration and Development, Honorable Skhumbuzo Dlamini, says the stalling of the project has affected many families and other community programs. The Deputy Prime Minister, Senator Thulisile Dladla, says the project will be revitalized with public funds which government has put in place with the aim of developing eMaswati. She says their plan is to complete the project by the end of winter this year. The Honorable Deputy Prime Minister was accompanied by key stakeholders which include the National Disaster Management Agency and micro-projects. On another note, the Honorable Deputy Prime Minister inspected the Ngwene Tolulwazi Road, which was extensively damaged by heavy rainfall received by the country in January, whereby she promised residents of the area that the rehabilitation of the road shall resume sooner than later, so that they could carry on with their normal lives and access various services.
Sesibonile vele ukuthi kubi kakhulu njengaloku asho nje umhlonishwa ukuthi bethi bakamabili amakhumbi inye igicikile kufanele vele lomgwaco kabi kakhulu so basachochoda ngalena yinye lesithandaza konje ukuthi ifane ingalimali bese bantu benkosi bagcina vele bede infe kuhamba.
The Honorable Deputy Prime Minister then visited Makele Shabangu, a destitute elderly man of 72 years who urgently needs assistance with a decent house, as the ones he currently has are in a dilapidated state. At his homestead, the Honorable Deputy Prime Minister promised that a new house will be built for the elderly man. Reporting, Mbongwa Dube, Ebuseleni.
The Minister of Education and Training, Honorable Owen Nxumalo, says that there is no place for abusers in schools, especially if they are teachers. The minister says that teachers who abuse children will not be moved to another school, but will be removed from the education system completely. Nxumalo said this while talking about the ministry's plans to stop abuse as schools reopen on Tuesday.
The Minister of Education has made it clear that it will not tolerate teachers who abuse pupils. The Minister of Education, Honorable Owen Nxumalo, says that there is no place for abusers in schools.
Labo tishela besilisa labahlukubeta labantwana sita ngeke sibe nalindlela losikolo mhlambe funa siba transfer sizabaye kulenye indzawo sithe vele sikhala sabotishela benta lokho.
The minister says that transferring teachers who have abused children will not be allowed. Instead, such teachers will be expelled and removed from the education system. The president of the Eswatini Principals Association, Armstrong Dlamini, says that the association strongly condemns the abuse of children in schools.
Akufanele ukhanze ukuthi bantwana sebayihlukumezeka sikhona. Nangabe kwento babotishela nakhona siyakwekhuta nabakisi ngoba phela sinesibom immediate supervisor sibukelelo nalistiko.
Dlamini says that teachers should act as parents to the students, providing care and protection. SWACA Communications Officer Lwanzisile Mthethwa says abuse can make children feel unsafe at school.
Umfana lo hlokubetekile uyaye ashintshe nebehavior yakhe uyayibona kuba ngumfana lo ngakhona ukuhlangana nalabanye bamfana lo munye nangabe kuhlukubeteka ku physical utambona ukuthi usone ma bruises noma na umbuta ukuthi lana ulinyetwe yini angevakali ukuthi kwenzakaleni.
She says that some children may struggle to attend or engage in school when they experience abuse. She encourages parents to talk openly with their children, as some may withdraw or isolate themselves due to trauma. Reports from SWACA reveals that children as young as a few months old to 8 years old are being abused in various ways in the country, including sexual abuse. Reporting, Sondomlangeni, Sethabile Mamba, Themba Shabangu, Manzini.
Thulani Mkhondvo has been re-elected as the mayor of Mbabane Municipal Council. Mkhondvo was elected during the inaugural meeting of the council at council chambers on Monday.
Mbabane City Council councillors have showed faith in Thulani Mkhondvo, who has been re-elected as mayor of the capital city. Mkhondvo was nominated alongside Vusi Tembe. The results were announced by the CEO Gciniwe Fagutse.
We have received all 12 votes. 3 votes went to Councillor Vusi Tembe and 9 votes are with Councillor Thulani Mkhondvo.
Percy Rocha was nominated as the deputy mayor. Smangaliso Kama will head the finance committee with his vice chairperson Thandayena Mkhonda. The mayor Thulani Mkhondvo in his acceptance speech did acknowledge that they did not have the greatest of starts when the new CEO was appointed. However, they managed to put their differences aside for the benefit of Mbabane residents.
We want to check if we're trying and
he says there are a number of projects that they will be implementing in the course of the current financial year. The acting principal secretary in the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, Hlopsile Dlamini, encouraged council to be united so that Mbabane can be transformed into a smart city.
Mayor, and you are mayor in council, and Mbabane, in order for you to be effective, teamwork is critical. As we have mentioned, Mhlambeni aningaqali kahle, but at the ministerial level, we see that teamwork is important. There are many activities.
She says the ministry is ready and willing to capacitate them with governance and understanding of the local government statutes. The mayor and his team will be in office for 12 months. I am Linton Kule in Mbabane.
Mduduzi Gama, a public transport driver, has been found guilty of contravening the Road Traffic Act of 2007. Gama appeared before Mbabane Principal Magistrate, where on count 1, he was accused of driving a Toyota minibus under the influence of alcohol. On count 2, Gama is accused of overloading. The minibus is allowed to carry 15 passengers, yet he was carrying 16. The accused was shell-shocked when Principal Magistrate banned him for life from driving. He was also given a 5,000 fine or spent 5 years behind bars. The magistrate said such sentences will be deterrent to others who will be offenders. The consumer fair, organized by a peculiar people under the patronage of Her Royal Highness Princess Sakizwe, was held on the 25th of last month, celebrating the vibrant entrepreneurial spirit of Eswatini. A total of 141 micro, small and medium enterprises participated in the fair, with a remarkable 90% being women-led businesses and 70% youth-led. The chairperson of Peculiar People, Melusi Dlamini, said this highlights the growing innovation and entrepreneurial drive among women and young people in the kingdom.
Chairperson of A Peculiar People, Melusi Dlamini, shares the performance of the consumer fair.
We had 57 product lines that were completely sold out, which was very impressive. At least now we do have some sort of data in terms of what the consumers gravitate towards. We had plus minus 1,200 consumers that attended throughout the day. We had those that came in the morning. We had some tourists that came during the day, and then we had those that came for the entertainment bit in the evening. And we managed to create at least 57 casual jobs and 3 permanent jobs.
The Minister for Commerce, Industry and Trade, Honorable Manqoba Khumalo, says in the next 3 years, the Mbabane market will be uplifted.
MSMEs need a lot of support from government, from the private sector, from city councils to afford lama opportunities lafana nalawa. Not as a once-off. I want to pledge here in front of you, would say, over the next 3 years, I will work very hard to find money to improve and upgrade your market.
Municipal Council of Mbabane's Chief Executive Officer Gciniwe Fakuze says they will pull their full weight behind the consumer fair and A Peculiar People.
We should continue as a city, not only to just do what we did that day on the 25th, but we'll find smaller ways to continuously do it, Minister, so that the 25th is not just an event, but also a celebration of what we'll be doing continuously as a city.
A Peculiar People has promised that the consumer fair will be rolled out to all regions in due time. Reporting, Nelson Dlangamandla, Vuminkosi Nzinisa, Mbabane.
Entrepreneurs who participated in the consumer fair organized by A Peculiar People have praised the event for making a lasting impact on their lives and businesses. Many described the fair as a turning point, stating they were able to make significant sales and create valuable networks that will help them grow in the future.
Entrepreneurs say this has been a good networking event and they were able to sell their wares. Lungelo Dlamini from Patience Delight says he made over 4,000 emalangeni, money which he does not make on a normal day.
Our stock was sold out. We approximately made we had a target of maybe 500 units and we reached it. So the fair to us is very enlightening and growing because we are able to show the people of Eswatini who say what are we doing in the background, and then we want to teach them how to consume our products, and then we also want them to we would like to have an economy whereby we don't have to import things from other countries anymore.
We're able to meet potential clients, but for us, since we also do corporate gifting, we also got the opportunity to find potential suppliers as well. So it was just a beautiful experience of seeing what's being made in the country, and we're looking forward to putting most of the products into our hampers as well.
Mbabane East Member of Parliament Welcome Dlamini appreciates that the consumer fair started in Mbabane. He says he hopes more businesses will be able to showcase their products in the next consumer fair.
As Mbabane, we are proud to iqalela kisi le concept, and say to vele. We will all love Mbabane as Mbabaneans, and siyathemba ukuthi and itawukhula from the business back on the day. We hope they will double next year.
Chairperson of A Peculiar People, Melusi Dlamini, announced that the launch of Made in Eswatini store is underway. He says this will be an e-commerce platform that will showcase and sell certified Made in Eswatini products. He further said this online store is a bold step towards empowering local producers, promoting quality Eswatini-made goods, and reaching customers far and wide. Reporting, Nelson Dlangamandla, Vuminkosi Nzinisa, Mbabane.
Let's take a look at our financial indicators.
Standard Bank.
Welcome back. The newly appointed Manzini City Mayor is Councillor Wesley Dlamini and Deputy Mayor is Councillor Nozipho Gametse Dlamini. Councillor Wesley Dlamini secured victory as the Manzini Mayor, outpacing Councillor Mzwandile Ngambule by 7 votes to 5. Mayor Wesley Dlamini promised to address the needs of the ratepayers.
That I will faithfully discharge my responsibilities as the chairperson and mayor of the Municipal Council of Manzini.
To the best of my knowledge and ability.
To the best of my knowledge and abilities.
So help me God.
So help me God. Ngithatha lithuba ngibonge ngiqale ngebahlonishwa present endlini banginikete umsebenzi longaka bangithaske ukuthi ngibalide in council. I really appreciate that. That goes to ukuthi sibonge ma stakeholders. Elitolopa ukuthi ngitawaseva in the interest of my best abilities as I can.
The Mayor, Councillor Wesley Dlamini, expressed gratitude to the city officials and staff. He outlined their vision for the community, especially paying due diligence to ratepayers, addressing current challenges, and emphasizing collaboration and unity amongst stakeholders. He says he will serve to the best of his abilities and promised to improve city services.
And now in our sports news, the president of the National Handball Association, Deli Manyatsi, says they are pleased with how the national team performed in the Zone 6 games held in Zimbabwe. The national team managed to reach the semi-finals of the tournament.
The national handball team has made a remarkable mark in the history of the sport after participating in the Zone 6 games held in Zimbabwe. The team managed to win 3 matches, qualifying for the semi-finals for the first time in the history of this tournament. Deli Manyatsi, the president of the Handball Association, expressed great joy at the team's performance and highlighted that they have learned a lot which will help in future preparations.
They fought very hard. I wish I can do something for them, though we don't have much, and we appreciate a lot because in the history of handball in Eswatini, we have never gone to we have never passed the group stage. So they were able to pass the group stage and go to the semi-finals. Well, we hope that we are going to do much better on the next IHF trophy.
Landa Mamba, the team captain, explains what contributed to them reaching the semi-finals of the tournament.
Jabule kakhulu ngoba nabo coach basho bathi it was the first time eSwatini ifika nje kuma semi-final
and ngifake onke emandla ami ngatimisela ukuthi nami ngijabulise live lakithi. We are so excited. Siyabonga nelive ukuthi lisibambisile kuko konke.
Some players of the national team could not hide their excitement about participating in the tournament. Reporting Linda Dlamini, Ngwenya.
Before we wrap up our news tonight, let's take a look at stories that are making headlines in tonight's news bulletin. The Deputy Prime Minister is pledged to support to farmers under Ngwene Limited to fix their irrigation system so that they could resume normal farming. The Minister of Education and Training says that there is no place for abusers in schools, especially if they are teachers. A public transport driver has been banned for life from driving. Well, viewers, that's all I have for you from our news desk. Good night.
When you choose your adventures, you do so with an open heart and a desire for the unexpected. You embark on journeys to discover new worlds, full of wonder. You choose a path to awaken your senses, to feel the rush of life overwhelm you, a world to make you look up and realize just how inspiring this life can be. You ask, and we give you the royal experience. Arrive and awaken your heart. Explore life in ways only thought possible in your dreams. There are but a few places on earth so special, so unique, and so spectacular, where it becomes the rite of passage for the ambitious travelers, the courageous souls, to all have the one and only royal experience. That day when you look deep into your heart and leap into an ancient world so very different from your own, where magic, beauty, and love are shared forever, then you will have a royal experience. There is just one place on earth where the people make you feel a part of their kingdom, where you just might volunteer to awaken spirits, enrich minds, and work alongside communities to build, motivate, and inspire